Good morning to another glorious day here in Singapore. It is day 3 today. I think it's day 3. Or is it day 2? I don't know. I've completely lost track of where we are right now. But today is a beautiful, beautiful day. It is not too warm. It's still early. It's about 9:15 in the morning. And Mum and I aren't that hungry. So we are just gonna have some light snacks. I'm gonna buy some curry puff and some vadai for brekkie. And there is one shop that's practically round the corner from our apartment, if I can safely cross the road without getting run over. I used to work here in Singapore and I've also been stationed in Malaysia. And one of my favorite all-time treats is curry puff. When I first moved to Singapore for work, I was actually based here in this building here for a wee while here, Killiney 118. I was based here for a while, and diagonally across the road is my go-to curry puff place. As you can see here, we're on the main Killiney drag. The other day, if you remember, we were down there and we had Killiney kopitiam, where we had the nasi lemak, laksa and toast kaya for breakfast. So it's all the shops are within hop, skip and jump of each other. Killiney Curry Puff opens at 9 in the morning, which is the perfect time for breakfast when you're on vacay, like I am. But once again, I'm so not used to Singaporean traffic. And this isn't even bad traffic. Good morning.
Chicken and 2 tapioca.
Thank you very much. You too. Thank you. Thank you. I got 2 of everything they have. I am so excited. My stomach is grumbling. I don't actually know if you can hear me, but it is absolutely grumbling. I'm starving. I wanted to get vadai, but unfortunately they don't make them this early in the morning, maybe later. I think we'll have that as some afternoon snacks, but for now, I also got some fried tapioca. So that's gonna be rich, chewy, dense, and starchy. So that's gonna fill us up till we have lunch at Maxwell Food Centre later. Oh, okay, I cannot wait to get back to the apartment and munch this. See you back there. Breakfast time. One thing to note, everyone, they use Holland potatoes here at Killiney Curry Puff. I don't know if that makes a difference, but as we all know, there are different types of potatoes and they're used for different purposes. Apparently these are meant to be pillowy soft, but not fibrous. Righto, oh my goodness, even after that short little walkout, I'm freaking sweating. I've got my guava juice, slonchiva. Oh, I wonder which one's which. They're not really labeled and they're hot. Now, when I think curry puff, I think of the layered, the folded curry puff. This one is more of the smooth variety and it's so absolutely deep fried. It's not baked. Let's see if it's as good as I remember it. Itadakimasu. This is a sardine one. And do not be put off by the thought of sardines in a curry puff. It's like an enchilada, it's like a fold pocket, it's like a pasty if you're in the UK. This is the Malaysian Singaporean version of a pasty. The filling for the sardines is very generous. Now this one has a green dot. So this is either going to be a vegetarian potato curry or a chicken curry. I apologize for that song in the background. That's our washer dryer and it's singing a little jaunty tune now that it's finished its dry cycle. One thing I found with a lot of curry puff, it tends to be quite jalak. You know, it's like it's very rich. That curry can often be very overpowering. This one's harmonious. The size is big. There is no way you can eat 3 curry puffs and a tapioca and still be hungry. No way. I'm now going to taste the third one, which is, I think, a vegetarian. It is just a potato curry. Well, when I just say just, don't take just as any form of negativity. Potato curries are delicious. I don't think I've ever had this before. Fried tapioca, have I? No. Okay, this is the first. Let's see what it's like. Now that tapioca is something that neither of us have ever eaten before. It's a combination between sweet and savory. It's also very starchy, very dense. I reckon one of these will fill you up. It is tapioca, so it's incredibly filling. It is also incredibly delicious. I love the texture, the flavor, the mouthfeel. All of it for me is a win. Being a devout carnivore, I don't often say this. My favorite of the 3 curry puffs is the sardine. That tomato-based sardine just reminds me of my childhood. Very nostalgic because Mum used to make these jaffles with canned tomato sardines, which she put squeezes of lemon and then fresh chilies and fresh onions. And it's just that nostalgic taste of my childhood. So for me, the sardine is the best. It is a cheap, affordable, filling meal. 2 potato puffs for $3. 2 of the sardine curry puffs for $3.20. 2 chicken curry puffs, $3.40. And 2 of the tapioca for $2.80. Total lump sum of $12.40 that fed 2 of us. And so much so, we couldn't even finish the last one because we're up to Pussy's bow. We are so full. Firstly, I have to apologize to everyone sitting around me because I am sweating from head to toe. It is incredibly unpleasant and I'm sure my face is bright red as well. For lunch today, we've made our way to the Maxwell Food Centre, which is once again here in Chinatown, and there are a few notables that tourists and locals alike will always hit when they visit Maxwell Food Centre. Of course, Singapore's national dish is Hainan chicken rice. Now, everyone who comes here will always hit Tian Tian chicken rice. I mean, it's been made famous. They are Michelin starred, so of course people are going to flock to it. But hand on heart, I found a better chicken rice outlet. Instead, I recommend a few stores down called Artai Hainanese chicken rice. In fact, the chef at Artai used to be the head chef at Tian Tian for over 2 decades. One thing that my mum and I have been wanting to eat for decades is Teochew Braised Duck. Now, when I grew up in Malaysia, in KL, in Petaling Jaya specifically, I still remember I have this memory in my mind as a kid, sitting down with mum and my brother and the family, eating braised duck, Lor Ark. And there's this very unique slow braised, deep, rich soy flavor, which I just cannot get out of my mind. And it's unfortunately something I haven't eaten in decades. So we found one here in Maxwell. No guarantees that this is going to bring us back to our past and our nostalgia, but let's give it a go, shall we? It is white rice that has been completely cooked and steamed in the duck-rich sauce. It just smells amazing. I wish we had smell-o-vision. Okay, I'm gonna start with the rice. Look at that. Itadakimasu. You could eat the rice by itself. It is rich. It is so jam-packed with that umami soy flavor. Here's the braised duck. Unlike Western ways of cooking duck where you actually serve it red, this is well and truly cooked. Here we go. That duck reminds me and transports me back to Petaling-Jaya, back in KL. Fair dinkum, that duck. I still remember we would have an entire plate of the Lor Ark, the braised duck, and then we'll have a side dish full of taugeh or bean shoots, and then we have giblets. They have it all there as well, but Mum and I are so full we can't eat all of it, so I only picked the duck rice set for $5. And of course, where would an Asian meal be without sugarcane juice? This is something Mum and I would drink every single day. $2. You cannot get a can of Coke for this back home, and this is so refreshing. Hainanese chicken rice is hands down one of my all-time favorite dishes. In fact, it is the meal that I always order at every new Malaysian Singaporean restaurant so I can gauge the efficacy of their chefs. Let's see how Artai's chicken rice fare. I can taste the chicken stock, the broth that was used to cook the chicken. I can taste the ginger, the cilantro, and the spring onions. I find is that sometimes the rice of a chicken rice tends to be too strong, too heavily flavored. This is perfect. Once again, like the duck rice, I could eat this rice by itself and I would be a happy chappy. Imagine this is going to be the broth that the chicken was cooked in, and we've got lots of spring onions or green onions. Oh my god, that broth is everything. It is so rich, it is so sweet from all that chicken. Look at that. It looks so moist. Even though this is from the breast meat, there's no fiber in it. When you look at like a chicken breast, sometimes when you roast a chicken breast, it looks dry and fibrous, and you can almost like cheese pull it. How it tastes. Artai is a chicken master. That skin is gelatinous. You have to eat the skin, by the way. Do not throw it away. That skin has that QQ feeling. It's gelatinous and it's chewy. The meat is smooth and moist. Oh my god, this is so good. If you come to Maxwell Food Centre, make sure you go to Artai chicken rice. You will not regret it. This entire set where you get the rice, the chicken, some vegetables, a soup for $5. You heard it, $5. That's just ridiculous how in one of the most expensive countries in the world to live, you can get such a delicious, well-balanced meal for a $5. I mean, the mind boggles. I want to make a note about this chili. It is spicy, it is tangy, and that ginger, oh my god, it opens your taste buds. Now, to anyone who thinks that they cannot handle spice, this is not spicy to the extreme, but it is an essential part of Hainanese chicken rice. This spicy, tangy, gingery chili is a must. Ordinarily, you also have a dark soy, a dark sweet and caramelized soy that goes with it. I'm going to be very controversial here. Me personally, I don't really like it because I find that flavor too strong and overpowers it. I do not mean to offend any Singaporean here, but that's just me. That's how I eat my chicken rice. I have everything minus that dark soy. Does that make me an infidel? Either way, this chili sauce, I want that bottled and I want to take that home. Mum and I have made an executive decision. We are so full, and these two dishes, $10 and we're stuffed. But we're having an exceptionally ostentatious seafood dinner tonight, and we don't want to fill our valuable stomach spaces up. So we've decided we're only going to have these two dishes. Maybe we'll have something sweet. Maybe we'll have an ice kacang or a cendol or something cold later. the Singapore cuisine has left an indelible mark on the world with everything from Hainanese chicken rice to char kway teow to carrot cake. But there is nothing more impactful on the gastronomic scene than Singapore's undisputed #1 national dish, and that's chili crab. We're here at Geylang. It's at Mum's favourite chili crab restaurant. She was here 15 years ago and she continues to rave about it. And so we are here specifically for Mum so she can have her chili crab. And we're also going to partake in some razor clams and we're going to have some baby squid. We did make a booking, so fingers crossed we can get in. Any confusion, the reason this place is called No Signboard was because when the original grandmother who started this entire operation back 40-50 years ago, she didn't have enough money to have a signboard, hence the name No Signboard. But you know, as she became more popular and as the money came flowing in, to the point No Signboard is actually publicly listed. You can actually buy shares in this restaurant. Now it is so hot, sorry, I keep apologizing every single video, but I am drenched in sweat. I've got myself a passion fruit drink. Anyone who knows me knows that I love this gorgeous fruit. I even grow passion fruit at home. This is pure passion fruit on ice. It's like a passion fruit slushy. We ordered chili mud crab, female, so that's roe, it's Mum's favourite. There's sambal squid, and lastly, Mum's favourite, simple razor clams cooked in garlic. That razor clam looks immense. It's been diced up. I'm going to dip it into some of this sauce, and then into this garlic concoction. Itadakimasu. Oops, sorry, I'm knocking the tape. Itadakimasu. Oh my god, this is so good. There is no sediment, there's no taste of mud, but these grow in the sand, in the mud. When they're poorly prepared, you can actually taste. This is so clean, it is so crisp. The flesh has been cooked to the perfect timing. It is not tough at all, it is so tender, it is melts in your mouth. And this is brown ambrosia. That is so good. And you've got beautiful finely diced fried garlic on top. Even though we have to jump through hoops and we have to do all this COVID testing and we have to fulfill all these requirements to enter Singapore, this razor clam, this completely low-key, low-ball dish has completely made this trip validated. It has made it well worth it. I was just talking to Mum about it. She's used to the razor clams being really, really small and that they have the texture and consistency of pippies or lala. But this, and Mum made a really good observation, is almost like squid. It is just silky smooth and tender. The sambal squid or the sambal sotong. I can see there's lots onions, thinly julienne chilies, spring onions or green onions. I hope this is spicy and aggressive rempah. Aha. I'm moving to Singapore and I'm eating here every day. It is not spicy at all. So to all those who struggle to eat spicy food, you have to order this. Don't assume that sambal is always going to be spicy. This is not spicy at all. I reckon anyone's palate will be able to handle this. It's even got a touch of tomato to it. So it's got that almost bolognese richness that comes with tomato base. This squid is so tender. Look at this. The spring onion becomes not just a garnish, but an actual star of the dish. Oh my god. The hero of the meal has arrived. If this is how good all the supporting dishes are, I'd hate to imagine how good the main dish is going to be. I'm going to grab one of the mantou, and it's been deep fried. It's still really hot and crispy. And I'm going to dunk it into that delicious chili crab ambrosia. Have a look at that. I don't normally eat a lot of chili crab because I find it too sweet. This is not too sweet at all. It is perfectly balanced. You've got the richness from that egg, you've got the sweetness from the tomato, and you've got a tiny bite from the chili, and you've got that vinegar to just cut through the richness. The original recipe by the grandmother of the owner of this store, of this chain, used to make this with bottled tomato sauce and bottled chili sauce back in the early 50s. And I believe in the 60s, they improved the recipe by adding in vinegar, by adding in egg, by adding in extra oomph to perfect it. And this is where we are today. I'm not going to film this, but at the end of this dish, I'm using that spoon, and I'm actually going to be spooning that into my mouth. My mum just said, Tim, the roe. Oh my, is that the roe? Please tell me you have one as well. I didn't want to take this roe because it's massive, and I wanted to make sure that mum had some as well. But look at this. This is mud crab roe. This is the money shot. This is the happy ending. That is crab caviar. It is so rich. It is so delicious. I want more of that liao, that sauce. How do I explain what crab roe tastes like? Anyone here eaten fish roe, like actual fish roe, whole fish roe that's been pan fried in oil or butter? To all my Asian fans out there, imagine the salted duck egg yolk. Now, it's not salty, but imagine the texture and consistency. It is actually quite compact. It's quite concentrated, and there's resistance to the bite. It's not flaky, it is not powdery at all. Bend over and cough.
Whatever way you like.
There's more roe. This crab is so plump. The meat is exploding out of the shell. It is so sweet. It is probably one of the nicest mud crab I've eaten this year. I will admit though, it is fiddly stuff. A mud crab has lots of legs and it takes effort, but the result is well worth it. Or you can be like my brother and get some mummy dearest to peel everything for him. Oh, that's the claw. Wow. That meal completely justified us coming to Singapore. That singular meal justified every rigmarole, every red tape that we had to jump through to come to Singapore. All of that only came to $150.07. That is bloody good value for good quality, good grade seafood. The crab itself was $72. So it's the most expensive thing there, but it was totally worth it. It was delicious. After such a freaking delicious meal, what's going to top it off? We don't need dessert. There's only one thing we need, and it's the king of fruits. Ăn hẹ.
Anh chịu ăn ống hả?
Ăn hẹ.
Nó hỏi về ống hả? Mấy sông đò. There's nothing better than durian for an after seafood dessert. Here at this outlet, as you saw, we ordered one red prawn or anghe durian. It's mum and my favourite. I remember only a couple of years ago, we were actually back in Penang and we literally ate Musang King and anghe durian for dinner. So we got here one anghe for $20. And as you saw, the boss man went through quite a few of them to make sure that they were right, and they were right for him. If they're not right for him, they're not right for us. And then mum went next door and bought 2 kilos of mangosteen for $10. Was it $10? $10 for 2 kilos. In Australia, they're about $30 for 1 kilo. It's actually such a deep orange. This is dry, which is fantastic. It is not mushy, it is not moist. This is great. And to take a photo for Lee and Faye. I'm chatting to Lee and Faye, who are also on Gogglebox with me on WhatsApp at the moment. Faye was asking whether I've drunk enough Singapore slings, and Faye said no, he wouldn't have drunk any Singapore slings, but he would have eaten all the food out of Singapore. Now, just so you all know, it is out of season. This is not durian season at the moment, yet we can get such delicious fruits in so many different varieties. This is the mangosteen. Whilst the durian is the king of the fruit, the mangosteen is the queen of the fruits. Now, usually there are 2 types of fruits not allowed into most hotels or service apartments. One's durian because of the smell. Number 2 is the mangosteen. Mangosteens are not allowed into most restaurants or most hotels or apartments because there's a dye in the skin that will permanently stain anything it touches. You just squeeze it. Oh, there we go. How's that? It is sweet. It is juicy. The closest fruit in terms of flavor and possibly consistency is the lychee. Welcome back to the apartment. Oh my God, what a delicious day we've had. Tomorrow is going to be another culinary foodie day. Our initial plans will be to hit a bak kut teh joint for breakfast. Then we're going to spend more time in the Mustafa Centre, shop up big. I've been filling up my bag just to make sure I've still got enough room. Worst comes to worst, we buy another luggage from Mustafa Centre. And then for lunch, I was thinking we could potentially hit either the Tekka Centre or Old Airport Road, maybe not Old Airport Road, or maybe Tiong Bahru. We'll see where we go for lunch.
We're going to be in Little India. For all you know, we'll stay and have lunch in Little India. And then for dinner, it's going to be another seafood feast. We're going to Jumbo Seafood Restaurant on East Coast Park. I've been there many times before and I've eaten there many times before, and I love everything about Jumbo. I hope you're all as excited as I am. I look forward to sharing more of my journey through Singapore with you. If you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate it if you hit the thumbs up button and leave a comment below, speak to him, because that would really help the algorithm and really help my channel to be discovered. If you're new to my channel, g'day, I'm Tim. I make food, travel and lifestyle related content. If you enjoy my content, hit that subscribe and the bell notification and select all. So till the next video,